what you love and what you don't. Come out with the Boys in the Woods.
Woo! Welcome everybody to the Boys in the Woods podcast. Today I got my co-host Charles with me.
Hello, everybody.
And today we also have a very special guest. We have Korey Durham.
Oh, hi! Thanks for having me.
Very excited. Snapchat filters gets me every time. Hey, there you are.
Oh. Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is business.
I just want to be the first one to poke it out there.
Yeah, she tricked me today. We went to that Van Gogh Art Institute or the virtual Van Gogh today, and on the ride up, I was like, "Man, this is weird. She hasn't touched the radio." We're pulling into Lambeau Field, and she pops out her Samsung earbud. She goes, "I got to listen to music the whole time." Oh, well, enough about me. We have Korey Durham here with us. Fantastic. I've spent the last 40 minutes going through your material, and the voices, not only did they bring back childhood memories, but many, many belly laughs.
Yeah. I've been doing this professionally for almost a year now, but I've been doing voices since I was a kid.
It seems like it. The question on the tip of my tongue, what is the most embarrassing practicing moment you had where you were practicing a voice? Maybe you thought you were alone and somebody came in and was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, that happens. That actually happens all the time. Where it's just kind of, at the moment, it's my thing that I'm trying to turn into a job and it'd be my primary income. But right now it's just kind of an extra thing. But yeah, currently I work at a convenience store. And so, I'll be stalking like the cooler and stuff and just trying to, like, there'll be like a voice that I'm working on or something. And I'll be doing it. And every now and then, like, a customer that's getting a drink out of there will be like, "What?" They'll overhear me, or my coworkers will be like, especially if there's a new coworker, they'll just have no idea what's going on. Yeah, that happens every now and then, but it's really not embarrassing now at this point, but it's often that happens.
It's happened so much. But so in some of your videos you have posted, you had mentioned that things like Looney Tunes and whatnot were some of your favorite voices. I'll tell you, the Chuck E. Cheese one caught me by surprise.
Oh, the Chuck E. Cheese one?
Yeah.
There's actually I can do two different Chuck E. Cheese voices too. Like there's the current voice, which is Jarrett Reddick, who is also the lead singer of Bowling for Soup.
Oh, wow.
And
really?
then there's also the original, well, not the original, but like before him, the one everybody knows that's from the 90s and 2000s. The Avenger Chuck is what they call him.
Yeah, after Chuck E. Cheese was caught smoking cigarettes. Yeah, you weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes anymore. It really went downhill after that. The pizza turned to cardboard.
Yeah. And then all the pieces of the pizza are like different sizes, and you're like, "Wait a minute,
I'm trying to save
you seen those memes?"
Yeah.
But yeah, that Chuck E. Cheese, I have a lot of people on Instagram that follow me pretty much because I do Chuck E. Cheese voices, which is, I love Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, I used to go as a kid, but I'm not nearly as knowledgeable about the whole fandom as these people that follow me are, which, I love having them as followers. They're very supportive. They're super
You're
awesome.
telling me right now that there is a Chuck E. Cheese following.
Oh my Lord, there is. Yeah. And I had no idea.
Can we bring back the Dare Bear? Is there a Dare Bear following? We all let him down.
A lot of people did really love the Chuck E. Cheese guys.
Yeah, they're really, a lot of those people are really into animatronics.
Yeah.
So that's where they like really love, and it's sad because they're getting rid of all of them. I mean, they're kind of, there's a lot of people that are creeped out by them, but they're actually kind of neat if you really go in and watch them. I mean, it's a technology that we don't use anymore.
Well, finding Five Nights at Freddy's ruined that for a lot of people, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. So now on some of your videos on your Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram, many other places, there was an interview where you had given your favorite voices.
Yeah.
Is there a voice that you do really well and you just despise having to do it?
Oh man, I wouldn't say despise having to do it, but the Yosemite Sam is super hard.
Yeah.
Because it's so like, it just tears your throat up.
Yeah.
Because it's just constantly like, "Ooh, I hate that rabbit," and it's like real raspy. It's really hard to do. Like even Mel Blanc, that was the original voice, like he they talked about it in an interview that I was watching where he's like, it just tears up your voice. He's like, he would just do that and he had an extremely strong vocal cords, and he could do it for an entire day, but it tears you up. You almost have to do that. I've made a video of doing it, but I haven't done it in any kind of capacity, like as far as having to do like a lot of lines. So, but just doing the video that I made, I was like, I did 4 or 5 takes, and it's like, oh my Lord, like you have to do that after you do Bugs Bunny, because otherwise you can't, it's harder to do Bugs Bunny.
Wow. It gives a whole new world into that. I mean, you seem absolutely, I started this sentence off wrong, but you have a hell of a lot of knowledge in this, in your research of voice acting, your passion.
Oh,
Was there a voice actor or actress that shocked you?
Shocked me. No, I mean, like there's some of my favorite voice actors. There's obviously Mel Blanc, Billy West, who does all the Futurama voices and Ren and Stimpy and all of those.
I love it.
I really like Mark Hamill. He's awesome.
Yeah,
the Joker.
Yeah.
There's I'm trying to think of his name. I can't remember his name. Jeff Bennett, I think, is his name.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them and the thing is most people, I would say, they know them more now. But like when I was a kid, like nobody knew who any of these voice actors were, maybe besides Mel Blanc. And that's it. But,
well, I could promise you that you're not wrong. I mean, today, being 35 years old, I'll be scrolling and so voice of all of this passes away usually catches my eye more often than not. It's very sad. And then I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, that's a major portion of my childhood. That is, and then I'm upset that I'm like, I got to get to Comic-Con more. I got to figure this life out a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, looking at your video and your background, I mean, comics, I'm just jealous. I'm jealous.
No, this is like this is the room of lots of money thrown into something, and
it's a room of passion. We don't speak of passion that way.
It's basically, this is like my man cave. Basically, I've got all kinds of stuff set up in here.
My podcast room is filled with wife house plants. I do everything I can not to yawn.
Yeah. Right.
There's so much oxygen in this room.
It's like we get this little corner in this room that is designated for us, but it's only our corner. We can the rest of it does nothing but plaques and awards, and we get this little corner over here to highlight all of our accolades that we have.
I've got this whole room, and then it's like a big movie. It's like really more like a movie theater room. Like I've got an entire wall of movies. Yeah, and I have a huge screen of and all this surround sound and everything. And then I've got all my comic book stuff. So I've kind of compressed it all to one room. And then I have the upstairs. I have a area where I have a vocal booth that I built for voice acting stuff, and then a computer and everything. But yeah, this is where I kind of hang out and just relax. This room. And it's also really good. It's a good room for stuff like this because it's like it draws your attention to different cool stuff in the background.
Yeah. I mean, other than the hat, the shirt, goddamn. I mean, everything about you has been fantastic so far.
Pop culture.
I swear I'm married.
Yes.
I swear I'm married.
A lot of pop culture. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Well, so we've gotten to know a little bit about you and your history. What about your present and your future? You said now you've recently walked into the professional side, or attempting to walk into the professional side further through the door. And I noticed again while researching you that you had just wrapped up a few indie projects. Do you have anything new coming up? Are you allowed to talk about anything?
Oh, yeah. The ones I'm doing right now, I actually am the voice of Barney for it's a tribute show. So it's not like the official Barney, but it's a tribute show. And it's a guy that goes around. His name's Jackson Hamilton. He goes around in costume, and actually it's a really nice costume that he has. And he goes and performs for children and different events. And so we had gotten contact because I did Barney voice stuff online, and he was like, hey,
which I've seen of you. Hilarious.
Yeah, we talked back and forth about it, and we're like, he was like, "Yeah, can I hire you to do some Barney stuff for my live shows?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to do that." I have a 2-year-old that's about to be 3, and she's like obsessed with Barney because we kind of grew up or had her, raised on that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to pick shows that are like maybe I have a little nostalgia for that are not so
that's
annoying.
fine. That's fine. You turned out just fine. So those cartoons must be great, man.
Yeah. So I'm doing that. Basically he sent me a huge like 30-minute script of Barney, and I'm do Barney and throughout that whole thing, and then he uses it at the shows. And then I'm also doing some indie like YouTube people on YouTube that just have hired me for stuff. So like
that's fantastic.
Recently there was one that I did where I did the voice of Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Was like a kind of like the rap battle thing. So so
I was listening to a little bit of it, and if that was you at Rick, that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
That's just kind of what I do, It's like something. Oh geez, Rick, I don't really know. Stuff like that. I need to learn more lines. Like I love Rick and Morty, but when you're doing the voices and stuff, you kind of have to know some lines from the show.
You have to know a little more. Yeah, we get stuck watching it. Just there's so much with that show. You go front to back. Well, and now you had mentioned your daughter. You stole one of my questions. You had mentioned that she loves the Barney voice. So because you took the wonderful question, I'm going to have to go a little bit left with this one. Was there a voice that happened and immediately you were like, oh, I can't do that anymore?
Because of her? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, maybe the reaction. No, she loved them all.
Voices. Yeah, she loves the voices. She actually tries to do some of the voices herself.
Oh, that's
I encourage her to do it because I think it would be so cool.
It will be. You got to get a GoPro because it's going to be viral the moment it happens.
Yeah. She tries to do Bugs Bunny, so we'll practice on it. So she her favorite shows are Scooby-Doo, Bugs Bunny. She likes Coco Melon, which is like what all kids like.
Yeah.
So super annoying, but it's a little bit like she likes other stuff like the old Adam West Batman, the Batman animated series. She'll beg to watch those with me. She loves stuff like that. So but I'll try to teach her some of the voices if she has interest in it. Like she'll try to do them because she hears me doing them, and then I'll be like, "Hey, you want me to help you with?" But she's only 2, so you can only. But it's cute. Like there's actually a video that I posted of her trying to do Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And then she'll walk up to me and be like, "Daddy, Bugs Bunny," and then I'll do the
what's up, Doc?
And then she'll do it, and she'll be like, "What's up, Doc?" It's funny, it's hilarious.
Oh, it's gonna be there sooner rather than later.
He's never gonna be able to surprise his daughter when she's younger with like, "Oh, you just got a phone call for your birthday from Scooby-Doo." Be like, "I'd never seen those 2 people in the same room at the same time."
Yeah, no, and she there's some funny stories. So like at one point, whenever she was only a little over a year or so old, maybe a year and a half, she was barely talking. Not like now. At that time, she had. I was at work and she carried around her the Barney doll, which actually was my Barney doll from when I was a kid.
Oh gosh.
And she has it. Yeah. And so she's carrying it around, and she carried it up to my wife, and she's like, "Mommy, this Daddy." But then recently when I showed her the video footage of the Barney show that I'm doing the voice of, and I show it to her, I'm like, "That's Daddy doing Barney," and she's like, "No, Daddy, that Barney." I'm like, "Okay, well,
she doesn't." I mean, that's a plus. Yeah, that's a plus in its own sense. The voice is so good. There's no way, that's Barney.
You. Oh, I love you.
Stop.
Do it.
So, is there a voice you're striving for? Is there something that either you haven't quite been able to get and you've wanted to, or I mean, the list is endless. I don't know how you pull them out of the bag, but
the voice of well, I don't know his name. I need, that's bad. I should probably have looked up his name, but the guy that does the voice for Bob's Burgers and Archer.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do that voice, but I haven't yet. I'm nowhere. Like I've gotten closer, but it's not anywhere right. So I haven't done it yet. So
we fall asleep to Bob's Burgers every night. So
I love Bob's Burgers. It's
hit.
funny.
The movie was fantastic.
Yeah, outside of that, I'm also trying to work on the Mark Hamill Joker.
Yeah,
I'm a lot closer to that than I am the Bob's Burger one. So,
fantastic!
But that's a phenomenal voice, though. The Joker. I mean, like he's the voice of the Joker. There's probably never going to be anybody better.
No, when I think of movie Joker, it's hard not to think of Heath Ledger.
Yeah, of course.
When the voice, the chilling laugh.
Yeah,
it's almost like I kind of want Mark Hamill to play Joker more than just. I believe he played it on the CW also, didn't he? Or he played it on some TV show.
Well, he played on The Flash. He was the Trickster, which is
the Trickster.
It's similar, but
Was it Gotham Knights or something like that?
Oh, I haven't seen that show.
It's with young Batman or something. I know he makes an appearance as Joker somewhere. And
I didn't even know that.
It's bone chilling.
You spoiled it for me. No,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My dad
have dreamt it. I might be lying. I may have dreamt it. He's so good. I may have just dreamt it.
I don't know. Charles never said it.
Listen, we're not talking about sports bets here. You can't take it to the bank.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show yet, but I was planning on watching it, but I just haven't had time to do that. Yeah. It's hard to. I'd watch every show that came out every week and be current with everything, but and like all of the Marvel movies and everything, I'm probably 3 or 4 Marvel movies behind.
Me too.
Because I have a child now, and it's hard to do that, and then I'm focusing a lot of my free time outside of of that on voice acting stuff. So I haven't been able to keep up with stuff as much.
Right.
But I definitely will watch it at some point.
Oh, absolutely. I know I have to uncancel my Disney Plus subscription. The words, we never watch it, keep running through my head.
Yeah.
I was going through your Instagram I was trying to pull that up, but I found the guy. I didn't picture that guy being the voice of Bob's Burgers. Johnny Benjamin.
Yeah, he looks so different than what you would think. And the funny thing is that's just his normal voice. I mean, like you go watch an interview with him, it's literally his normal voice. Yeah. And then he uses the same voice for Bob and Archer, and I think he's also a character on Family Guy.
Yeah,
it's the same voice, and it's a great voice, but it's just it's hard to do an impression or impersonate.
Well, the funniest thing about voice actors and actresses for me as an amateur or nothing is as I'm looking through and searching these, and I finally see the face to the voice I've heard so many times. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No way.
That's the crazy thing about voice acting is you never see them doing
credit to their work too. I mean, you would never imagine that voice being. I mean, the one that really kills me is Bart Simpson.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a woman.
Yeah,
you never would have thought that.
Never would have thought it.
Yeah,
it was like me finding out in the early or late teen 2000s that Hootie and the Blowfish was Darius Rucker.
Oh yeah. I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, I love Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, it's a fantastic.
Yeah, it's Nancy Cartwright is who does
the voice. Yeah,
of Bart.
Oh, it's so fantastic. Do you have anything? Go ahead.
She hosts she has a master class for voice acting.
Oh,
and I watched it, and it was really good. Like, mainly like teaching you techniques and stuff. So, and that's a big thing about when you first start into voice acting is that you really want to learn. It's acting. It's not really just a voice. I mean, you can do voices, but then to be able to take that voice and portray emotion and different things with it. I mean, there's a lot to it.
There's a lot of movement in the booths as the voice acting occurs.
The two of us can't quote a movie without laughing. So how you can keep in character is incredible because I can't even quote a line from a movie without breaking out. I can't.
Yeah.
You can hear yourself through the headphones and you're like, I sound nothing like it. And it just sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So at times, how do you battle through that laughter?
Oh, well, with voice acting, I mean, it's not like live performance, so you can record it as many times as you need to.
Right.
So you just keep recording until it's the right thing. Like I usually, when I get a script, if it's something, you know, that it depends on the voice, but if it's something that's I'm trying to impersonate a voice, so like when I did Barney, I did that all the way through the show, recorded it like 3 times, and then I went through and picked the best for each line, and then I was like, there was 2 or 3 lines where I was like, you know, I could do that better, and then I went back in and did it again. So it's with voice acting, it's not like a stage performance. You do it once and that's it, but you can do it as many times as you need to, take as long or as quick as you need to do it. You know, you can kind of put you under a microscope almost. You're like listening to your own stuff and you're like, okay, is this really the best I can do? And you kind of have to be like, at some point you can't just, I'm like an OCD person. So
it's gotta be difficult.
You kind of have to go, you know what? At some point, you know, that is good enough. Nobody's going to know a difference in what I'm talking about and what they're doing. So like my uncle, when I make some of these videos for Instagram, and I'll be like, yeah, it's a 30-second video. And I'm like, I spent 3 hours on this video. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you know, I bet you anything. He's like, you could have made that video in 3 minutes and we would not have known a difference. And I'm like, probably, but I would have.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and hearing it too, the answer is also in the title, probably as much as it is you're acting. So you're in that mindset of the character in which the voice you're portraying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
So you were asking me earlier about some different projects I'm doing. I'm also, there was a little, originally it was like I thought it was going to be like a kids show, but it's not. It's actually it's a horror show.
Oh,
but
gosh.
But it's in the form of a children's television show, which is kind of strange, but apparently there's an audience for that. I didn't realize that was a thing, but pretty cool though. It's called The Cassius Files. It's like a YouTube series. But yeah, I've played, there's been like 3 or 4 episodes now, and I've done almost every voice in the entire thing. The person's been like, here's I've got this video, here's like 4 voices, and here's what the characters look like. Would you like to do these voices? And I'm like, every time she sends me something, I'm just like, yes, I'll do it.
Yes, I'll do it. Absolutely.
Because it gives you practice at learning how to create a brand new voice and build a character around it. So like the most recent one I did, it was a voice of a dog, but it's like a clown-like dog. They're very abstract drawings. So yeah, this one, like I kind of tried to channel the Joker, like Mark Hamill Joker, as best I could, because I was like, this would be the craziest voice ever for this character.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of them where they'd show me a character, they'd send it to me, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to just go out on a limb and just do something that's totally against what this character looks like. Yeah. And play against the type of the character. And I'm thinking at some point they're going to send me something back and go, nah, come on, just do something different. But no, then they're like, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, if that's what you like.
Super unique.
Yeah, it's so different, you know.
And what was the name of that again?
Oh, it's the Cassius Files. It's on YouTube. And there's also within that same account, there's 2 shows. There's the Cassius Files, which the episode that I'm in on that has not come out yet. The other ones that I'm in that have come out, they're called Eternal Imaginations.
Okay.
Or Eternal Imagination. And it's it's like short form videos. They're limited animation, so they're not like full animation. But it's fun. It's something for me to do, you know, and to practice and hone my craft, I guess.
Well, I mean, and it's been working again, as I mentioned before. Many belly laughs from the videos. They were, and the further I scrolled down, the more voices that appeared. The more, I mean, the Ren and Stimpy one killed me. That one was hilarious.
Yeah,
and the
hey Ren, will you button me?
And then,
Stimpy, what are you doing?
This
is a great
Doug
show.
Man. The moment I see Doug, I've had the theme song in my head for 48 hours now.
Yeah, that's a great song. With no lyrics, but it sticks in your head like crazy. It's just
gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dear journal, I can't wait to see Patty Mayonnaise today.
You know,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, that's a great show.
Oh, it's a fantastic show.
Hey, funny, what are you doing? Loser.
Well, Pat, was there any other questions you had? I mean, our guest has been fantastic today. Many laughs.
You want to plug anything you got, future links, anything that you got that's we can plug in here while we got some time?
Yeah. Well, the link, basically the link tree that you've been running on the screen. That's where everything that I do, like I have it all in that. So I do like, I don't have a Cameo, but because I just never have signed up for it, but I do have, that thing directly through me. So it's on my link tree as well, where you can request like an audio message of any character that I do.
That's fantastic.
Like your kid's birthday or something like you were talking about earlier, things like that. I do that.
We definitely are going to hit you up for that.
Yeah.
There's something that I'm thinking of an episode right now that Charles and I we're going to be doing this. We're getting all these like podcasters together to do this. Like, it's going to be like a trivia. It's not just going to be sports trivia. It'll be all kinds of trivia. And we're going to invite a bunch of guests that we used to have on, and we're going to have them come on and just have a giant podcast of trivia. Or give away some gift cards, just stuff.
That'd be fun,
just to have fun,
That sounds cool.
So we're maybe we'll do one with your voice, and we'll get the voice of the original and see if they can tell the difference, A or B.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do
We're
Bugs
really
Bunny because that's probably the best. I mean,
Right,
I think that I can do that one the best of pretty much any voice.
Well, that'll be fantastic. Well, I mean, arguably, though, you just said it online. So, oh, wait, no.
I'll edit it out there. It's fine.
Yeah, well, edit it out there. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
No, we would love to. We'll get a list of them from you, Corey.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, we're accumulating knowledge. I think that's the word.
That's what we all are doing.
Accumulating? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not that smart by this time in the afternoon anymore.
I was going to tell them about our audience. Our audience is like absolutely insane for a podcast. All right, so we go from like, I don't know, 500-600 American listeners, and then there's like 60 or 70 in Singapore every week.
Oh,
there's
wow.
like 40 in Belgium, a few in Germany.
France's numbers fell a little bit during this crazy thing they got going on. Hashtag.
But it's just France?
Oh yeah.
We talk nothing about any of these countries, and it's like you just wonder like what are they listening to?
Well, I try to give them like a food of the day every once in a while.
Yeah, with this, with the world how it is now, with people being able to do stuff like this, remotely, and everybody has access to it.
Yeah, it's fantastic though.
It opens you up to pretty much anybody. I mean,
yeah,
we don't discriminate against them. We love them. We try to incorporate them into the episodes, but it's just like we talk about some pretty weird stuff sometimes. That like I don't know if they understand what we're saying.
On last week's episode, we found out that Singapore and Hong Kong are in a wild race against home offices. Had no idea.
I don't even know anything about that.
Now we both know nothing about it. But it's been fun, and every guest has been a blast, just as you have been a blast for us, Corey. We will make sure to get all of them links as we post this on everything that we posted on, as always.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you the video too, so you can start editing up, chop up some stuff that you want out of there, and go.
Sounds cool.
So, well, thank you so much, and for all of our listeners out there, I can't understand why you continue to come back, but we love every effing minute of it and all of your feedback.
I know. I'll put us in.
Don't sell yourself short. You guys are great.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And I mean, I can't believe I'm remembering it 2 episodes in a row, but you don't meet everyone you save. So smile more.
Yeah.